What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Wow, that was like an 8 out of 10. That was a good one. That one hurt. Anyway, Swampfox Optic is what we're taking a look at today. It's a low-power variable optic. It's called the Tomahawk II. It's available in a 1:4 magnification. This one here is a 1:6 magnification. Two quick things I want to stress about Swampfox before we get into the features. One, they bring the value. It's a very budget-friendly, good quality, budget-friendly brand. They go from this particular one, at the time I'm making the video, $330, $370, somewhere in that area. Of course, there's links down you know where. Hopefully I can find you a good deal. Second thing I want to stress is the reticle is very, very much daylight bright. A lot of newer low-power variable optics are starting to put a fiber optic, whatever optic in there. They call it
the nuclear bright optic reticle.
It's available red, green, amber, and blue. Two unique colors. This one is blue. I didn't know how I felt about it at first, but I kind of like it. It's cool. I don't see a major advantage or disadvantage to it, but I like it. My eyes picked it up extremely well. Either way, it's very much daylight bright is the point I wanted to make. Let's start at the back. We'll work our way forward as usual. On the back, you have a good diopter. There's a good amount of range. The diopter is going to focus the reticle for your eyesight. Think of it kind of as like a pair of glasses for the optic. It's a good stiff diopter where it's not going to move around. And it's pretty stiff as well, so no issues with the diopter. Now your eye relief is going to be between 3.5 and 3.3 inches depending on the magnification. I think that's a good eye relief, again, for a budget-friendly optic. I did a lot of one-ups and a lot of transitions and that type of shooting so I could test the eye relief, and I found that to be accurate. And that's pretty good. As far as your field of view, on one-time magnification, you're going to get 120 feet. On 6 times, you get 20 feet. And again, I think that's compared to other optics in this price range. I think that's good, no problems there. The magnification range, again, this is the 1:6. It goes about 180 degrees. It does come with this speed lever. If you want to put it on there, you can. If you don't, you do not have to. The one thing I want to stress about the magnification lever is Swampfox did a great job making it. It's fairly smooth, but it's not too stiff. You guys, if you've seen any of my low power variable optic reviews, most companies make them just way, way too stiff. Even more expensive ones. Some companies nail it, but a lot of them don't. And this one is good. This is not too stiff. It's not too easy where it's going to get bumped and moved accidentally or moved from the recoil. I think it's that perfect spot of good smoothness, good stiffness, and I think it's good to go. All right, before we get into the reticle, because there's quite a few things we got to talk about in the reticle, a couple unique things that I want to talk about. But Natchez, biggest supporter of the channel. If it wasn't for Natchez, there'd be no Tiberious give. They have hunting, fishing, camping, reloading, pew-pews, all that stuff. Always having good sales and deals. And the link is down you know where. What was the second thing I want to talk to you about? Oh, this is, if the time I'm putting this video out, it's the holiday Christmas season. Lots of gifts coming up. So I wanted to mention a few gifts over the next couple weeks. Maybe help you out in your holiday Christmas shopping. Blind Barrels is the first one. This company ships you 4 barrels, or a gift for someone if anyone likes bourbon. They ship you 4 barrels with their label on the bottle, so you don't know what it is, and you're supposed to do a blind taste test and see what you taste and test your bourbon skills. And they have notes and they make videos on it, and they do a lot of really cool things. So it's kind of like a subscription box, but very, very different. So I thought this would be a unique gift for anyone who is a bourbon connoisseur. $69.99 for 1 box, $59.99 if you want to have it billed quarterly for 4 payments, and $49.99 if you want to get, again, the 4 shipments and you want to pay for all 4 up front. There's a link down below if you want to get more information. You can check them out. All right, let's chat about the reticle. Like I said, it's a second focal plane reticle. So what that means is the bullet drop compensator and all the cool guy ranging stuff that I'm about to tell you about, it's only going to work on max magnifications. Pros and cons to everything. Second focal plane is usually less expensive, but the holdovers only work on max magnification. So you can get this in 2 different reticles, either a BCO or a BFD, whatever they name them, I don't remember. But they both have ranging features, and they both have bullet drop compensators as well. So the bullet drop compensator, the dot is going to be a typical 0, 50 to 200 yards, for example. And underneath that, it's going to have holdovers for 250, 300, 400, 500, 550. The same reticle will also work for 308 as well. Your holdovers change a little as far as the distance, obviously, but it can be done. There's a bunch of, on the website, shows you all of the different sizes of all the subtensions. So if you want to use that for measuring, if you're wicked, wicked smart, you can do so. And it also has some ranging features built into it. So if you want to put those horizontal lines across somebody's chest, assuming they are about 20 inches wide, which is the average width of a military-age male on average. But if you put those lines on their chest and they line up, that's roughly the distance they are away from you. So from the bottom, 400, 300, 200, etc., etc. If you want more information, more specifics, more details on the Swampfox website, they do have a manual for the optic and a manual dedicated to the reticle, like most companies, and you can get a little more information if you want. All right, windage and elevation's got a couple good things. The top elevation is a push-pull locking turret, so if you need to make adjustments quickly, you can do so without having to take a cap off. You just pull it up to unlock it, you twist it, they're tactile, they're slightly audible, and then when you want to lock it, you push it back down in place. The side windage, which you're not typically making those adjustments on the fly as much, that is not a push locking turret. I can't speak. That is a cap turret, as I said. Each click for both of them is a 0.5 MOA adjustment, pretty standard with a low power variable optic. You have a total of 100 MOA adjustment range. I said they're tactile, audible. Oh yeah, and they're also resettable. So if you unscrew, like the top one here, you can unscrew this middle part, take the cap off once you zero your optic in, then take the cap off, bring it back to zero. So if you're making adjustments on the fly, you know how to go back to that original zero. Just bring the low power variable optic back to the number 0. Lots of zeros. On the other side of the optic, of course, is the brightness knob, the brightness adjustment. You have 12 total adjustment levels, and you have off locations in between each brightness level, which makes me very, very happy. The two lower settings are going to be night vision compatible if you're putting some sort of night vision device on here. Again, the two highest, brightest settings are very, very much daylight bright. Super, super bright. Your battery is a standard CR2032. Like most low power variable optics, very easy to get them. That's not an issue. Dimensions are up here on the screen along with the weight. Standard 30mm tube, so getting a mount will be very, very easy. Again, 330, 380, somewhere in the area depending on the color and the reticle you chose. And then lifetime warranty, links down below, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about the testing because I want to talk a little bit about this blue reticle here. Most of the testing I've done with this optic has been on a budget-friendly Bear Creek Arsenal rifle. I'm trying to get that rifle to like 5,000 rounds to see if it will last. I shot about 100 rounds on this primary weapon system rifle as well, and I love this PWS rifle. It's probably my favorite rifle I own right now. I did a lot of testing to not only test the eye box and eye relief like I do with all optics, but I wanted to shoot it in a lot of different scenarios and lighting environments to see if that blue reticle had any disadvantages compared to a red or a green. So I started off with a lot of one-ups from high ready, of course from low ready, a ton of transitions from different targets, and then transitions from different targets at different distances. Of course, magazine exchanges, because I love doing magazine exchanges. I'm a child. I don't think I'll ever get bored doing them. I also like to shoot the same drill over and over at different magnification levels. Again, I think it's a good way to test the eye box, the eye relief, and in this case, the unique color of the reticle. I did some testing in cloudy days, rainy days, in really bright sunny days, and then in bright sunny days in shade. Like again, I was just trying to figure out if this blue reticle had any disadvantages at all. The furthest I shot out was 300 yards because in this awful state of Rhode Island, that's the longest range we have is only 300 yards, and it was very easy to do with 1:6 magnification, and the holdovers, it was not very difficult. I shot some 22 LR through the Bear Creek Arsenal rifle, and then quite a bit 5.56 as well, just to make sure I get a good, basic durability test with something with a little bit of felt recoil. No problems, no issues, nothing broke, no concerns. I think if you're considering getting an optic and you're considering the blue, my eyes picked up the blue extremely well. It contrasts with the environment very well because there's no red or greens in, like there's red and greens in the environment, but there's not really anything blue. So I think that's part of the reason my eye picked it up so well. I don't think you need to go out and instantly sell every red or green optic you have, but if you're considering it, a blue is, for my eyesight anyway, I picked it up really well. I can't guarantee you'll be the same. As far as pros, this thing's got a couple pros that I want to point out. I like the magnification ring that's not too stiff. I'm going to call that out first because a lot of optics are just way too stiff. Second, we got to talk about the value that PSA, oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Not PSA, that Swampfox brings. Man, my mind is off today. Swampfox brings the value. You get a good optic at a very, very good price. I like the off locations in between each brightness setting. That is nice. I appreciate that because I always forget to turn my reticle, my reticle off, and it's nice just to set it in between. Hopefully, if I remember to. Probably not. The reticle itself is very useful. The holdovers, the bullet drop compensator, the ranging, and all that stuff. And again, I really like the blue. The blue is kind of cool, different, unique, and no problems. As far as cons or anything I would change, I don't think I have any cons or anything I would change. I always try to see if there's got to be something, but I don't think so. I do want to mention the turrets. I like how it's push-pull on the top as well, capped on the side. That's kind of cool. But there's nothing I would change. If I'm making a budget-friendly optic, this is kind of what I would build. And there's other good ones out there, of course, but this should definitely be on the list for a good quality, budget-friendly, capable optic. All right, that is all I have for you today. Thank you to Swampfox. They've been a very good long-term supporter of the channel. I appreciate that. Natchez is the biggest supporter of the channel. Greatly appreciate that. Earlier today, we talked about blind barrels. If you're looking for a unique gift for someone who likes bourbon, maybe that will help give a better gift than like socks or robe or underwear or something. Just something a little bit with a little more thought in it would be good. Most important, thank you boys and girls for watching. It's truly appreciated. If you think I deserve it, click the subscribe button. The likes and the comments help. They truly do. I love them. They help. But please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Santa appreciates it. Have a good day. Stay blessed. Be good. Peace.